What's going on? I'm your boy Evil Ace King.
This is your boy Evil Crash.
You've seen the intro. We've had a lot of issues in getting up and going, but there's no way we could miss talking about Call of Duty Ghosts today before everyone gets their nubby fingers on it.
Yes.
I actually acquired it a little early from
Lucky.
a buddy and got to play it, man.
You lucky.
I don't know if you'd call it luck, but that's what our show's gonna be about tonight. It's gonna be probably a quick show. I guess we're gonna cover Ghost.
Yeah.
So might figure we might as well go ahead and do it, and might get a little bit of information out there. Maybe you'll stumble upon this before you actually go out and make your purchase on Ghost. If you hit this before Ghost, then congratulations to you, because I can pretty much break down quite a bit of it. So we're going to crash his lovely face and his beautiful fire in the background.
We gotta load that fireplace.
Yes, you do. It's amazing. So, I don't know. Where do we start, Crash? Maybe
Well,
maybe by sitting up, huh? Ace, you might need to sit up.
well, let's what everybody loves to play. Multiplayer. Let's go into that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you say multiplayer, and I'll go ahead and throw it out there. I have not messed with the campaign at all, and I can go ahead and say with pre-release, with playing it on pre-release, you cannot do any of the clan stuff. Obviously, that wasn't open
Yeah.
for you to really play with. Multiplayer. What aspect are we gonna start on multiplayer?
Um let's go with maps.
Maps. Um, now this may come to us kind of a surprise. I'm gonna say that the maps, almost all of them suck. I'm gonna
I
be
think
real. I'm gonna be real honest, man. I think a lot of people are gonna be disappointed. I was really pumped up. There was a lot of hype for this. A lot of people were tired of all the lag in Black Ops 2, but the maps themselves overall, Whiteout is a decent map. Now Whiteout, I'm gonna name off maybe one or two of my favorite ones that I enjoyed actually playing out of the whole bunch. Whiteout is a good map. Whiteout is a rather large map, but the way it's laid out, it isn't too terrible. It has, of course, you can go over there by the ship. You can play on the ship. It has, like rocks and little caverns, and it has some houses that you can go in and out of. You can get up on the roof and stuff of that nature. But the the pace of the game, and I played this mode, and I played it in Blitz. So anybody wondering about Blitz, Blitz isn't a bad game mode, and I'll get into game modes in a little bit. But I played this map on Blitz, and it played well for Blitz. And I played it for Domination. I got to play one game of Domination on it, and it played really well for Domination. But it's a big map, but there's not a lot of clutter for you. You don't really have to worry so much about camping on the map because it has open lines of sight. So if you're a sniper, you're going to enjoy the map. But if you're also running like an AR and even an SMG, and sadly, I've always liked SMG. I've been more of an SMG player, and this is not going to be an SMG type of gameplay. Yeah, you're going to be able to play with SMG, but it's not going to be as easy as I would say previous Call of Duties. It's a lot of these maps are better played at range, is the best way to put it. But Whiteout, you can kind of get away with running, I would imagine, an SMG. I didn't tinker around with an SMG too much. I don't know, man. The maps look good, but most of the maps are just huge, dude. They're huge, and there's so much. Like one of the other, I like Octane. Now everybody's seen Octane. Octane's actually probably one of the better maps in my opinion, because
Mhm.
Octane isn't. It's not very big. It's kind of like what you're used to in playing like a Call of Duty game. I mean, as far as maps go, I mean it's very much like a Call of Duty map.
Is it kind of like a slums if you compare?
What can I compare it to? In some way, I wouldn't say it's slums. Man, these maps are really as far as size. Maybe yeah, it might be close to slums as far as in size.
Uh-huh.
But it has like a four-way intersection, and that's really basically where all the stuff happening. In between the four intersections, of course, there's buildings. Then this is the one that you have the gas station, and there's a couple of places for snipers to sit in. But the only issue that and this is also listening to people that also had the game early, is it's just there's so many like little hallways and little places to sit and places to hide that it's gonna be very campy. And the way that they push this game and the way most players are playing, if you want to have a good KD, you're gonna have to post up and not travel too much on the map. And the spawns are terrible. I'm going ahead and throwing that out there right now. The spawns, everybody's been upset with spawns as far as Call of Duty goes. They've gotten no better. If they've done anything, they've gotten worse. You'll literally spawn beside an enemy. It happened to me, and it's happened to quite a few people. You hear them in the lobby after the game, hollering and cussing, and not in a very happy mood. But the guns handle pretty good. Octane's a good map. That's the one where you can, of course, drop the gas station top over. I want to say the one was Warhawk. That's the other one I like. Warhawk is it's another kind of smaller map as far as like some of the other ones go. But it's basically like in a small town, and there's a main road. There's a tank in the middle of the road. You got a lot of windows again to shoot out of. So when you're running, if you're on the ground, you're gonna have to. If you're going down the middle of that map, you're gonna always have to check your windows because there's multiple windows that they can sit in. And of course, a lot of these things you can jump up on the roof. You can get up on the roof, so you got a higher vantage point. But Warhawk was a pretty good game, and I enjoyed Warhawk. It was a lot smaller compared to some of the other ones. I actually enjoyed Sovereign, I think was the name of the other map, and it kind of takes place in like a factory.
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually able to get away with the SMG on that.
Sovereign, is that the one that they showed the multiplayer reveal?
I'm not sure because like the reveals and stuff, I haven't really paid a lot of attention to them. I just when I got my hands on it, it basically has a catwalk area where like there's some offices and whatnot, and then
Mm-hmm.
you have a long catwalk, and then you have like the main floor, and there's like little buildings. It's hard to explain without being able to show pictures and stuff. Um, but there's like little office buildings on the main floor. They're not very big. They'd almost be like a janitor's room, but in reality, they're not big at all.
Yeah.
And then there's basically like a basement area that you can like weave in and out.
Oh wow.
But there's a lot of stuff moving and a lot of stuff going on in the place. It was actually uh I actually showed you a little bit of this gameplay. We were
Yeah.
on here and I pulled the camera down and let you watch a little bit. That was Sovereign, and the map that I was actually playing on Sovereign. But I was able to get away with running SMG there, effectively. And I didn't think I would because it's about I would say Sovereign's about a medium sized map compared to most Call of Duty maps. But that's really it. I mean,
So I got a question for you.
yeah, fire away.
So 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 you're telling me the hyped up free map you get, free fall.
Oh yeah, now I got to look at this a little bit. We were able to somehow get it, and a buddy of mine had the game, and he had it, and we were able to go under the custom game and check it out. The free fall map is nothing to write home about. Of course, it's a sideways upper half of a skyscraper, and you'll be running around, and like there's doors that are open. You got to remember, you're running on the sides of walls, basically. Okay, so you have to keep this in mind. So if you're running on the side of your house right now, and a door was open, and you weren't paying attention, you'd fall through the hole. and there's so much clutter. And this is the biggest complaint I have with most of these maps. There's so much debris and there's so much clutter and there's so many things to hide and not have to move. Yes, the dynamic part comes into play in some of these maps, but the way that they hyped up dynamic maps and the way they kept talking about how it would change everything, and unless there was something I've been missing, I have not seen that. I've seen it to an extent on certain maps. But as
Yeah.
far as does this change the game, like every 2 minutes, this whole map shifts and changes, I have not seen that. I mean, I played one, I think it's called Tremors. It's the most annoying damn map I played. It has like little earthquakes every so often. And of course when you're aiming down sight, it shakes it just shakes your gun so much it's hard to get on target. I mean, that's just the reality.
Here's another one. How about that one that you was explaining to me? Stonehaven.
Stonehaven. I can't say Stonehaven's a bad map. I can't say it's one of the ones that I least liked.
Hmm.
But Stonehaven is freaking huge. All right, Stonehaven. The best way to describe it is basically, and I thought it was going to be basically you were in a castle fighting. I thought it was
Hmm.
going to be a very. No, there's a castle area, and then there's a bunch of buildings like townhouses, and then there's a bunch of fields, and it's wide open. And there's like parts on this map that have buildings that you can go in and you can shoot from. And there's like a part of a ruins. You can get in there, like ruins from the castle itself, I'm guessing is what it is. You can get in there and kind of run around and shoot at each other. But as far as like being in one specific area, it's not like that. It's a very wide, like multi-terrain. When I say multi-terrain, I'm just saying by level. So like, you have a hill, you have a bunch of hills in this map. And then you have a couple of houses and a couple of things to hide behind. It's not a bad map. It's just going to be a map where I see a lot of people getting PO'd because you're going to have a guy that's running around with a sniper rifle sitting there scoped in the entire time just shooting you. I mean, it's open. It's a very open map. I mean, and the best way to put this to anybody out there is kind of trying to figure out what I'm saying. A lot of these maps feel like the size of some of the Battlefield maps. And you're talking about, 6 versus 6 playing on a map that's some of them are like the size of some of Battlefield's smaller maps. And Battlefield has some big
Big.
maps.
Yeah.
And the problem with these is like if you do not like camping, I hate to tell you, if you're not playing Crank, then you might as well hang it up. This is going to be one of the most camped out games ever, and they gave all these guys that like to camp, and you buy the game, so play it how you want. I get aggravated with it sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't bother me. I mean, you can sit in the corner, and I know you're going to go back there, so I'll just throw a C4 in there, and something. But sometimes it just gets annoying because it just takes the game forever to get done. Somebody's sitting in the corner waiting for you to run to them, and then they pop up and shoot you. But this one, I honestly feel like, man, it's going to be a camper fest. And the fact, now, I will say this, and I can't say, I'm not writing home on this yet, and I can't give an honest opinion of it, but playing on pre-release, you only get a fourth of XP. So you're not, you can't really. It's hard to rank up. Um, and on top of it, you're not really playing on Activision's like the servers aren't open, so you're not playing on dedicated servers yet. Is
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying. So I haven't had the dedicated server experience, and I'm really hoping that dedicated servers do make a big deal because in a little bit I played, it has been the laggiest, and I'm talking about anybody that had any complaint about Black Ops, hang it up because this is the laggiest, most ridiculous thing I have ever played in my life. Like, if this is the way it stays, I will take my game back within a week. I'm not even joking. I put my hand on the Bible. It is terrible. Like, I
I'm
mean,
hoping it changes.
I mean, I came out of spawn and probably ran 20 feet, and I don't know if this is the proper term to say, but I want to say it's called rubber banding. I couldn't move. I was running in place. Like you get past the corner and then you dance backwards and stuff. You couldn't really go nowhere. It literally moved me all the way back from lag to the spawn like I had never left. And that's almost about a minute into the game. I was literally dealing with lag that long.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Hopefully it's because it's not actually out yet. So
We're gonna have to see the maps. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. I think a lot of people are gonna be disappointed in the map, and that's not just me saying that. That's also going into the lobby because most people had their mics on. A lot of people were talking about it. Pre-release. A lot of people were trying to figure out how you got the game, where you got the game, and yada yada yada. But and then you start asking questions, or you just start hearing the general consensus, and everybody keeps saying that was playing the game early that they really messed up with these maps. They really dropped the ball, and that's me saying it politely. And I'm just being real honest there. A lot of people and search and rescue with people hasn't been popular either, and I'll get into that in the game modes in a minute. That
mhm.
I was able to play. I couldn't play all the game modes because I couldn't get matched up with enough people in some of the game modes, but I basically covered the your TDM and stuff like that. But anyways, so that's the maps, man. Yes, there's some things that like you can interact with. Like I can't remember the name of the map, but it's like in a train. I want to say it's like it's in a train yard, and you can walk up to the wall and hit a button, and just like in Battlefield, like when the shutters come down in Battlefield 4,
Would
it
that be freight?
it may be. I'll have to double check and get back with you on that one, but it may be. But I know that it's like a train yard, and you can walk up and you can hit a button on the side of the wall, and it basically closes the door, like whoop de doo. And
Yeah.
you can climb up to the top and drop a letter down by interacting with the ladder, and it'll drop it down where instead of having to go up the stairs inside the building, you can just crawl up, and it'll take you up top to the very top of the barn, like the attic area. Um, there's man, it's just not the maps are not impressive to me. They're just I think they're a little too big and there are way too many campy spots. Squad points, you have to use squad points for everything. I mean, literally everything. And yes, you can perk out yourself, but your perks are by level. At least as of before release. I mean, right now you have to be like level 40 to get some perks. I mean, it had like levels on there, so I mean, you could only get so many perks, and then you could, trick out your character. But all attachments cost squad points. All guns cost squad points. And some of them are quite high. As of now, like I can't remember which gun it was, but one of them cost 8 squad points. I want to say
Oh
it was the
man, I was
Vepr.
looking at that.
The
I was looking
Vepr.
at that earlier.
Yeah. And I'm talking about like you're not talking like one squad point for like a red dot site. I mean, you're talking like 2. So you factor in you just had to spend 8 squad points on a gun or 7 or 6 because the guns vary in squad points. Still kind of like in the aspect of how you earn them, it's kind of like Black Ops was. But a lot of this is pre-release, so we'll have to, I don't know how much any of this is going to be tweaked. Like a lot of people kept saying there was a game mode called Grind, and then it wasn't even on the multiplayer map, but you could find it under your custom game, which didn't make any sense because I kept hearing about Grind, and then of course I want to go in the custom game to, check out all the maps, make sure I could see the maps to see, the scale of the maps and actually how big they are. And of course in game modes there was Grind.
Hmm.
And then when I went back to multiplayer, there isn't there. Hardcore guys are going to be really disappointed. As of now, you only have 3 game modes. That's confirmed. And search and rescue is one of them.
Yeah. What was it? Kill confirm and team
TDM.
deathmatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's it. And
You
then
weren't able to do clan.
no, clans wasn't available yet, which makes sense because there shouldn't be any clans on there.
Yeah.
So basically, that you couldn't get into that. I played Cranked. All right, I'll get into the game modes now. I played Cranked. Crank is fun as long as it's not laggy. I had some lag issues with Crank, but it is actually fun. I do see Crank being an actual. A lot of people like playing Cranked, and actually, you were getting a little bit more XP if you played Cranked than any of the other game modes, which is kind of strange. Cranked, I think, is going to be a big deal, and it was very fast paced, and it was fun. I enjoyed Cranked. I played TDM, basically, Search and Rescue, Blitz, and that was really all that anybody was playing. Nobody was really. You couldn't really get into anything else, and this is just a little bit of experience I got. Now, Search and Rescue, that's. I thought, because I told you when I had first got the game, oh man, Search and Rescue, it's going to be, man, I think it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like a game changer. It'll be great to see, if the pro players do it. Search and Rescue is a freaking joke. There's already, all right, for anybody trying to figure out what, there's already people boosting before the game's even out. You had people boosting.
Which is stupid because they're gonna reset all
Yeah.
your stats.
Well, they're supposed to reset everything. That's what they said. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm curious to see if it's going to be a reset. As if not, I mean, I got a leg up on everybody. But I'm going to spill all that I've learned. So anything that you're wanting to know, I can let you know here. Or at least I'm going to put out, what I've used and what worked and what wasn't working that good. And again, this stuff could change with dedicated servers. So everyone has to bear that in mind too. I didn't have that, wonderful connection, that we're supposed to have on the 5th. But in reality, what really matters is the maps and how the spawns work. And in that aspect, I mean, I kind of got, fooled and seeing how it looks and stuff like that. I'm not really impressed with Ghost, but I think the biggest game mode is probably going to be Crank. There's going to be a lot of people playing Crank. Blitz is fun.
I think that's gonna be a big one.
But Blitz is going to work like this, so everyone understands this after playing a little bit. If your team is unbalanced, you will get raped. If you have two decently matched teams, then you will have a very, very good. They went the buzzer.
Yeah.
Nah, but if the teams are evenly kind of matched up with the matchmaking system, then Blitz will actually be really competitive and be like a tug of war. It'll be fun. It depends on who's playing your defense and who's actually rushing and how you and your team are gonna work. It's more of a team base. You gotta, kind of call out and stuff. And but I do see Blitz being like a good game mode. The only problem is if it's unbalanced. I've noticed that teams get blown out. There is a halftime. And it does switch on the halftime. I want to say Domination had a halftime too. I think I played that once. I've never been a big Domination fan, but
I hate to interrupt you. You brought out callouts just a while ago. Now, in the demonstrations that they showed on the videos and stuff with the gameplay, where the characters were calling out certain things, did you get to experience that? Where your character was calling out where an enemy was?
yes and no. Um, their call outs are very. Here's the thing: if you're not near the soldier, so if you're not near your teammate, then you're not gonna hear the call out. And to be honest with you, people die so fast in this game. I'm talking about fast. If you see the person and you shoot first, this is how Ghost has been working. Now we'll see when their servers are fully up and running how much it changes. But if you see the person and you shoot first, I don't really care hardly what you got. They're dead. If they see you first, you're dead. And I'm talking about you're dead like core feels like hardcore. That's because that's what me, you, and everybody were playing originally, and I switched to core and Black Ops.
We kind of
There is a huge difference between core and Black Ops and what I've been playing. It is like playing hardcore and core on Ghost. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm not making that up. You'll literally walk around a corner and you'll get one burst. And there's one gun that's very notorious for one bursting the crap out of you. And I'll break down some of the guns that I found that worked. But I mean, you die so. I'm talking about so quick. It's literally like to me. It feels like hardcore. Yes, it still takes a couple of shots to kill, but I mean, I don't know if the connections are just that off or what's going on. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when all the Activision servers and all that stuff go up live.
Now I got a question for you. Did you since you noticed that you were getting killed quick in core, did you switch over to hardcore to see how fast?
Nah, because I knew there weren't gonna be that many people in hardcore. There'd be more in core. There's more game modes. Everybody's more interested in playing, so I didn't even mess with hardcore.
Well, I was wondering if it was even quicker.
Probably, honestly, not. I mean, that hardcore's usually always been that 1 to 2 hit kill for sure.
Yeah.
And hardcore would have probably been very boring. So and I'm also talking to the guys I played with. A lot of those guys stayed behind in hardcore. You're gonna be bored out of your mind if you don't switch to core because you're gonna be sitting 100 miles on the other side of the map waiting for it's gonna be so cat and mouse and hardcore on some of these maps because they're so freaking big and there's so many windows and doors and there's so many huts and so many little creeks and valleys. There's no way I can't go back to hardcore. I might give it a try once, and that might just be to rush with an SMG because I know if I see somebody I get that shot off first and they're gonna be dead, but I just feel like hardcore is gonna be boring. I'm not saying I hate hardcore. That's what I cut my teeth on, and that's what I enjoyed. But I don't know, man. And there's not enough in hardcore anymore to entertain me. When you go back to MW3 had how many hardcore modes? I mean, they had 9, 8, something like that. They had a bunch.
Yeah, they had a bunch. Yeah.
And then it got cut down in Black Ops 2, and a lot of the guys that were playing hardcore they used to play with were upset and angry because we had 4. And now you're being cut down as of now 3. It just seems like they're slowly trying to drown out hardcore and do away with it. I think eventually all you're going to have is TDM and one other game mode. That's it.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's just my opinion. But, I mean, if you really look at hardcore and how it's kind of decreasing, then, yeah, I mean, you can't really deny something that's right there kind of in front of your face. They keep cutting it down less and less and less and less. So, but, and now you got me off subject, man. What was I talking about before? What were we talking about? Talking about game modes. I see, man.
Yeah.
I'm all off track. But Blitz is fun. I enjoyed Blitz. I mean, I was on a team and we blanked somebody at halftime. It was 0. We were up 8, and the other team hadn't even scored. You get to 16, you win, or when the time limit's done, game's over. At least as of now, since I've been playing it, that's the way it's been working. And I've also been on the other end where we've been blanked. Put up 2 and then get blanked by like 12 or 14.
Wow.
But Blitz, I think, once you start playing with your buddies and whatnot, I think it'll be fun.
If you got the communication.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you've been playing with them long, like I've been playing with some of you and some of the guys for 2-3 years now. I mean, communications, it's there, it's easy.
Yeah.
And that's why I went and picked real guys that, were real soldiers. Guys, y'all know all that. Charlie Alpha on my rear. Delta Tango FF19. And I don't, 7 o'clock. No, I got to shave. I thought you were talking about the time. No, I just got to shave at 7 o'clock.
Matter of fact, it's no shave November.
Oh, no shave November.
Yeah.
We don't need the barber saw then.
What's there was a couple other ones for the since core has what they call standard modes, I guess.
Yeah.
They got quite a bit. They got what, infected?
Yeah, Infected. Like I said, I named off what I played, but Infected, I've heard. Because the buddy that basically lent me his copy because he knew we were doing the podcast stuff and all this stuff. He played Infected and basically said it's not much different than what it was in MW3. So anybody that liked Infected, from what he said, now I can't confirm because I didn't do it, but what he said is basically the same thing. Of course, the knives are different and the animations are a little bit different, but he said it played fairly good. It was all right, but it also depended on the map. Um, so Infected, I guess, is kind of like that old fan favorite that's coming back. It's staying the same.
How about the guys that like Hardpoint?
There is no hard point. It's gone. There is no hard point, but you get this.
It's Hunted.
They talk about hunted. Now I don't even remember seeing it on the game list. Just like people were telling me about grind, and I didn't see it on the multiplayer game list. But from what I understand about this hunted is, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention. From what I understand about that is basically kind of like drop zone slash hard point, but a little bit different. I mean, that's just from what I've heard. Uh, I don't have any information on that. I mean, I only have the information on the actual game modes I played. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I can confirm, and I do remember seeing grind, but I only remember seeing grind in the custom game lobby. I didn't. Now I know 100% grind was not on the multiplayer main page. Now whether that's going to be added or not in to the release, I have no clue. But I know it was not on the multiplayer page. It's in the game somewhere because it's in the custom game. So we're gonna take a break. We're back from our break. Now I'm gonna kind of jump into the ARs, the assault rifles that I was able to use. First one is the ARX.
Yeah, 160.
Yeah. Want to say it has a built-in laser on it, if I remember correctly. It definitely not like the God gun. It's not like a laser cannon, but it is a solid gun. Its rate of fire is pretty good, and it's probably a really plausible gun to use. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to wind up using it. The MSBS, that's, in my opinion, that's the God gun. Basically, 3 burst gun. I was getting, from mid-range to close range, I was getting a lot of basically like one burst kills. So I was getting a lot of one burst kills with that. Oops. And at worst, it was 2 burst.
Oh wow.
The only time I had any issues with the gun itself and actually getting any, kill across the map at worst would take 3 burst. Headshots are very devastating. Pretty much with all these guns, headshots actually, headshots actually count for something in this one. Call of Duty's headshots haven't really mattered that much. But basically, the last gun in ARs that I would say is a good one is the what is it? The AK-12. I believe that's the name of the gun.
Yeah.
The AK-12 is basically your modern ACR. It's basically the ACR has no recoil. It's like a laser beam, and even running around at close range and hip firing it, that's very effective. It's very good right out of the box. So is the MSBS. That's also very good right out of the box. I mean, you can pretty much, as of now, and what I've seen and what I've actually, kind of encountered and felt, you can pretty much dominate right out of the box with those. So those two, in my opinion, are solid. Honey Badger's terrible. The Honey Badger may be good for core or hardcore players, being that, of course, it's got a silencer built into it. You don't have to spend a point on that. that's pretty much all the assaults that I really got to play around with. So I guess I'll get into the SMGs.
Yeah.
Um, SMGs right off the top of my head, I want to say I got to play with two of them. I want to say the Vector is solid, but it's not, in my opinion, the greatest. Now the SMGs didn't really play such a huge role in this game. It doesn't really feel like it's going to be a rushing type game, like I've said earlier. But the Bison, however you say
Bi-
it,
Bison.
yeah, Bison. It's like the PP90M1. It has a high fire rate. Its recoil is actually really not that bad, surprisingly. Um,
Hmm.
its hip fire, hip fire is all right. Um, I was able to get quite a bit of kills with it, but you're gonna have to pick and choose when to use it and on what type of map. Like Warhawk may be a very good map for it. If you stay in the corridors and you stay in the backside of the map, around the backside of houses, you probably pick up a lot of kills with it. But running like down the middle, wide open, and trying to hit those long range shots, it's not really good. It's not really good at getting those long range shots. Where
I,
the oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, not to interrupt you or anything, but you had me sit down with you on Black Ops 2, and you did the whole turn the aim assist off.
Yeah,
Okay, because you were saying when you was playing Ghost, there was no aim assist.
I didn't say there was no. I said it felt like there was no.
You felt like there was no.
Yeah, I did not feel like there was an aim assist. As of now and playing it, I know when they were showing off the builds, a lot of people were saying it did not feel like they had an aim assist on.
Hmm.
This does not feel like they have an aim assist on yet. I don't know if that's coming. I mean,
Uh,
from what I've seen, it's there, but it sure doesn't feel like it to me. Nah, that's just my opinion. I mean, it doesn't. That auto lock that you would get, say somebody runs around a corner and you got your gun aimed in and it would auto lock and it would kind of follow the person a little bit.
hmm.
I didn't have as it wasn't if it's there, it's not as strong and I'm gonna just flat out say it. Sensitivity goes up to 20, and the higher sensitivity that you can play on, I feel like the more successful player you're gonna be. As that's just the God's honest truth. I noticed when I kept bumping up my sensitivity and getting it higher, it was actually easier to just kind of spray them down, and that's just the reality, especially SMG. I mean, you
Yeah.
just turn your sensitivity up, and you getting that you're gonna dominate. Jump shotting is not that effective in this game, but drop shots are deadly effective. Now, and I'm not very good at drop shotting, so but I'm just telling you, every time I died in a gunfight, it was somebody drop shotting, and it did not matter if I jumped. I just looked like an idiot doing a split in the air while I was dying. I mean, because the animations they're kind of out there as far as the death animations, but jump shotting is not what it was in Black Ops. So people that have been like hardcore jump shots and all that stuff, you can do it. Don't get me wrong, but is it as effective? No, it just does not feel like an effective strategy to use. Um,
How about the knee slide?
the knee slide's retarded. It's completely dumb. You can't. I thought when the knee slide was going to come in, man, that you could slide and actually shoot while you're sliding, at least hip fire. But of
Hmm.
course, you tuck your gun in front of you as you slide. I've noticed more people using the slide to get across the map faster. And I don't know how to explain it any better than that. I see people come straight out of spawn and they just are constantly sliding. And I mean, the slide is actually pretty fast. You do slide quite a ways forward, but it is not effective at all. I mean, dolphin diving wasn't really that effective. The only time I've ever really seen dolphin diving be an effective thing to do would be like to dolphin dive to cap the flag. Um,
Yeah, CTF.
yeah, on CTF. Well, we all know there is no CTF, so I mean, you're not really gonna capture a flag that way anymore. Maybe you can knee slide into the circle on Blitz or something, but Like as far as I don't see a lot of people gonna be doing a knee. If you go to knee slide and somebody's standing in front of you, you're gonna catch a bullet in the face. I mean, it's just not. Knee sliding is pointless. In my honest opinion, it may be honestly maybe in the long run you might see pro players trying to get to a point super fast and they're gonna knee slide halfway there. I mean, they're gonna just keep knee sliding because it might be quicker than actually running. I mean, knee sliding, it feels like you're Superman. Like I could slide from here to my door. So, and again, I'm just being honest. I'm giving my honest opinion. Well, because I've had a little bit of hands-on experience with it before the game comes out. Um, Knee sliding's overhyped. Um, I don't know. I don't feel like I need all that. The contextual lean, that's overhyped too. Um, I died just as much as I did as when I had to step my body out there, and sometimes that lean is aggravating. I feel like it needs to be a button for me to choose if I want to use it. I don't really care for the contextual lean. It works for Battlefield. It does not work for COD. It's just it's kind of, and you have to be on the right type of surface in order for the lean to even work right. So you can't just really be like behind a jagged boulder and then do a lean out. It doesn't really work that way. It seems to work better on like flat surfaces. Like if you're on a building and you want to peek out, it works. And the control scheme for the whole lean, like the aiming and stuff, it just kind of messes me up. I really did not use the lean. Most of the people in the lobby that were playing weren't really using the lean. When you die and you had your kill cam, most of the time it wasn't somebody doing that. The biggest, most effective thing, I'm telling you flat out, was drop shotting. So anybody out there that can drop shot, you're going to be really good at this game. You'll win a ton of gunfights. If it stays the way it has been, as far as when all the servers and stuff come up and all the people on tomorrow night. But that's pretty much it on the SMGs. The only other one, I'm trying to think. It seems like there was one other one, but I can't remember all of the. There's so many freaking letters and numbers in these names.
You had the one that looked like the what was it? The MSMC.
Yeah, what was that one called? The
Uh,
CB.
it's the CBJMS.
It reminds me of the MSMC, but its fire rate. I've seen people like in like kill cams and stuff. I've seen people that have used it, and it seems like the fire rate's a little bit faster. Uh, but it just seems like the way it handles is kind of like the MSMC of Black Ops. And I'm trying to compare everything that I can compare to Black Ops, because that's what everybody's been currently playing. I know some people have went back to playing a little bit of MW3, but it just kind of reminds me of the MSMC a little bit. Um, I've seen people using it, so I guess and it seems like it's got a decent fire rate. It seems like it's a little bit faster than the Vector, so it might be. It's one of the ones that I want to try out when I finally got and I'm getting my full XP. So I guess that'll probably be the next one I try out. I mean, I know that the number one gun I'm getting is the AK-12 and the MSBS. Those are the number two right off the bat. As soon as I get them, they're mine, and I'm gonna use them a lot. Um, what's next on what? What do you want to go next into?
The LMGs.
Uh, I can't talk enough about the LNGs to really even give anybody information on. I don't care for them. The LSAT, I use the LSAT. I want to sit with the LSAT. It's like an LMG. It's just like Black Ops. They're aggravating. They kill quick, and you can just spam and hold the trigger. You can get a lot of kills in tight quarters with them. I'm not a big fan of LMGs, as Crash gives us a beautiful yawn there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
But I've never been a big fan of the LMGs. They're pretty much the same. I think they just need to work their way out.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that because I wanted to use that big freaking chain gun thing.
Oh, the chainsaw.
Yeah, I
Is
wanted.
the name of it.
Yeah, I wanted to use that freaking thing, man. But unfortunately, I think it's like a high level before you can get it or something like that.
Probably.
or
Most
cost a
likely.
lot. So I didn't run into anybody with it, and I wanted to like just go up and knife them and pick it up and see what it was all about. But I didn't get to mess with that. I want to say it was the LSAT or something. It might have been the other one, but I mean it handles like an LMG. That's the best way to put it. Um, Marksman's, I guess we'll get into next.
Yeah, the marksman's rifles.
Um, I actually, when I was looking over, some of the footage that I kept, for myself to refer to. I actually somebody had an MK 14 that I had picked
Yeah.
up in one of those, and
Yep.
actually I got 2 kills with it. It killed really quick. You hit your shots, they're deadly. And I played with which I think is the best one. What is it? The MR28.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the MR28 is pretty deadly too. I think as far as marksman rifles go, and it's hard to say because I didn't use the SVU, which that's under the marksman. That's the Dragunov SVU. I
Yeah.
didn't use that one, and I didn't get to use the other one, which I can't even remember what the other one's called now.
The other one was the IA2.
Yeah, I didn't get to use those two. So, like I said, I can't give you super fair comparisons on every gun. I didn't get to use every gun, but I'm just laying out what I know and what I've used. The MK14 killed pretty quick, and the MR28 that was deadly, deadly, deadly. I think that's probably gonna wind up being one of the top marksman rifles.
You want like a description of the IA2?
Yeah, if you got a description, I mean, you can tell everyone out there about it if they hadn't
Pretty,
seen it.
pretty much the way to give a description of it from Black Ops, it's the FAL.
Then that'd probably be
It's
highly effective too. Then
it's pretty much that's what they're saying in the descriptions, that it's self-loading selective fire rifle based on the FAL. So they're using the FAL as the comparison.
that'll probably be pretty good too. The marksman rifles, man, they're annoying. If you're on the receiving end of them, a lot of people complain about them and say they hate them. But and then you turn around and go and use one and you start tearing people up. But the MK14 kind of reminds me of the MK14 from NW3. I mean, as far as like damage and the way it handles,
Yeah.
the MK14 in NW3 was like a 2-hit kill. Some of these I want to say the MR28, I was getting like one hit. It was one hit, dead. And a lot of this too, though, is probably connection-based stuff and all that stuff as of now.
Yeah.
So everyone's got to keep that in mind. I'm sure like all of this is going to completely change, and all the good like the honey badger is probably going to be like the most OP weapon in the game tomorrow. But I'm gonna break the disc in half if that happens. And shotguns, don't ask me about
Ooh.
shotguns. I only got to fiddle around, or well, I didn't even get to fiddle around. I got to see it on a couple of kill cam. The I don't even the name of it, but it's
Was
the
it the mall?
no, it wasn't the mall. It was
The MTS
yeah,
255?
yeah, it was that one, the one that's like a
The
revolver.
revolver.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Uh,
Yes.
but
5 round.
if that thing is loud as crap. I'm being for real. Like people have seen some videos with it. I think Ali A did a video. He uses it. So if you want to see a video before you go get it, go check that one out. But like I seen the video, and then when you're playing, you got your freaking headset on, and it's at a kill. Bow, bow. It's like Jesus freaking Christ. And then you did kill the guy in one shot. This guy that was at the kill cam had to shoot it 2 more times, man, while the body's still falling. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it sounds like, man, it's just loud. Put yourself in a small closet, blow up a bag full of air, and 3 bags, and then pop them all, as quick as you can. And that's what that shotgun sounds like. It's loud as crap. But from what I've seen in like the kill counts, I've seen some people run around. I got shot with it a few times. It close range. It's like a shotgun. It's super effective. It's actually pretty decent at like medium range. I mean, I've seen people get killed in one shot at medium range.
Good God.
The reload, I want to say I was talking to somebody in the lobby that was actually using it because I think I told him, man, you know, I said some bad words with that shotgun, talking about how he messed me up, and I was asking him. He said the reload on it is pretty fast. It's actually not too bad because you're not having to load each individual shell or something like that. I think basically they just
It's that cylinder,
yeah, it
rapid
just boop
cylinder.
and puts it in. So it's definitely better than like the Remington on Black Ops right now, where you got to put each shell in. That gets kind of aggravating.
Yeah, it does.
Um, what else have we got? Pistols.
Hand handguns. Oh,
Everybody, you already know the 44 Magnum. That's all you need. That's woo. Good God Almighty. That's
sucker's loud too, ain't it?
that's yeah. It sounds like a freaking hand cannon. I'm talking about you want to stand up and salute every time you shoot that damn thing. Doof. And I'm telling you right now, you hit somebody. Close range, definitely dead one shot. Medium range, you can still get one shot kills, especially if you hit up towards the head area. I've seen people running around with them already akimbo, tearing people up with them. I even played a game where that's all I ran around with was that 44, and I'm telling you, I wreaked havoc with it. That might be the primary go-to weapon. If you want to rush with that freaking Magnum. It is a monster.
Man, if you would have seen him earlier when he was talking about this,
Goodness.
it was man. It
I
was
love
wild.
that 44. I'm glad it's back, buddy.
Was you able to try out any other ones?
Uh, yeah, and I told you the other one. So
I think it was
I
the
got on here to tell you so I wouldn't forget all this crap earlier, but I've already forgot it all.
you had the PDW.
Yeah, I did use the PDW. I
Yeah.
picked it up off the ground. Somebody already had it. I mean, there were already people prestige. There's people, just for anybody out there wondering, before the game's even released, yes, there's people that have already prestiged or I guess got to their second soldier or whatever. However, I'm not. I never even made it nowhere near close to prestige. But there's people off a quarter experience that have already prestiged. So there you go. Yeah, there's people that are already prestige. But I picked up. Yeah, I was able to pick up the PDW. It's basically like a 3-round burst. I
Yeah.
won't say, well, I will say and I won't say. People are gonna probably get mad at all the Black Ops references, but it's kind of like the B-23R. But it's also at the same time very different. It's got pretty good put down power too. I would say out of all of them, and there was one other one. I want to say it had like
The
a
P226.
no, it wasn't the P226. I think it was the one with the
Uh,
light on it.
oh, okay. Yeah, it was the M9A1.
Yes, I got to use that one a little bit. It's okay. I'd rather have the 5.7.
Totally different mood there.
Yeah, I mean, not the.
Alright,
I'd rather have my TAC 45.
here, let's
Honestly,
let's see the mood. The
um,
Magnum.
Magnum. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see them eyes light
You
up, right?
bring me the
That's what I'm
Magnum.
talking about.
I'm happy. I mean, that's all I need. The rest of them, I'll probably never use the rest of them pistols. There'll be no point. Give me a freaking. Let me get my knife back and my 44 like this. I'll just. I always thought that was one bad animated soldier to hold that. Just, I feel like saying some dirty Harry quotes when I shoot that thing.
Now, okay, here's a question. Now, is your soldier that's carrying it, are they two-handing it or one-handing that thing?
Two.
Oh, okay. I was about to say if they one-handing it, boy, they.
Well, they are one handing it when they're akimbo.
Oh yeah.
I mean, boo, boo. I'm telling you what, I watched the one guy run around a Kimbo and the kill cam. He got the kill cam. Boof, boof, boof. It looked like that dude was playing Rochambeau. I was like, God almighty.
So everybody needs to watch out for the magnums.
Yeah, the Magnums are going to, boy, there's going to be a lot of people. Boy, there's
Mad.
going to be, yeah. Because people already said, I don't see how the strongest guns in Black Ops 2 are the freaking pistols. Well, now there's a hand cannon, so look out. I'm telling you. if that damage stays the same once all the servers go up, well, there's going to be a lot of mad people. That's the best gun in the game as of now. I'm telling you, flat out.
Oh man.
And I would, I guess I got to talk about snipers to close it out. I
Yeah,
got to get
man.
off this 44 Magnum, man. I'm white walling everywhere right now. Um, the only sniper I got to use and really didn't need to use any other ones was and this is only because I heard Ali A and I heard all these guys chirping it up and talking about it. Was the
Mhm.
L115,
Yeah.
and it is very consistent. And so for any snipers out there wondering, it was actually very consistent. Hardly, like they say, no hit markers. Hardly. I mean, I did get a few, but not many. Uh,
It's a bolt action, right?
yeah, but I'm telling you, and it's loud. But
Well, what do you expect from a 50 caliber?
I mean, the DSR, man. It makes the DSR look like it needs to sit in the corner and cry. I mean, it makes the DSR sound like a BB gun. Toof. This thing sounds like hell opening up. Every time you pull the trigger, that's what. C44 Magnum's gonna make people do that too. Hell
You
open
talking
up.
about a round that you're putting? Where's my camera? We're talking about putting a round about big. Of course, that sucker's gonna.
Hey, these guys only have no problem shooting it. See, you should have been. They need to teach y'all to play video games. Soldiers, y'all have been
No,
fine. I mean, he don't even
mhm.
move.
Yeah, I wish they worked like that. You shoot that thing in real life and see what happens.
I don't
Feels
know.
like your
Does
it
it
feels
does,
like your shoulder about to fall out of you.
does the L115 actually exist?
It's not named that.
Okay,
We actually have a
it has to be the L115 for me to fire it. Okay.
okay. In the army, we just call it a 50 cal sniper.
Well, that's no fun. Isn't it even funner to stumble over and be like, "Man, can you bring me the P225?" Nah, man, I got the L115.
Nah, go ahead and bring me the M4 over.
Yeah,
I mean,
bring me the
it's,
P226. I need a good handgun.
I mean, we do have the nicknames for things, but
Yeah, y'all all name them girls like Eleanor,
well, I mean, honestly, car,
Suzanne.
a guy names his car a female name.
No, no,
Yeah, yeah, bull crap.
mine is not named after a female. I'm sorry. And I can't say what mine is named on stream. It will
Oh,
offend people.
yeah, well, don't do
In
that. But
Louisiana, people will get
okay,
upset. I call
okay.
mine Swamp Donkey.
But anyway, most normal guys would name them females. So
Oh,
I
thanks a lot, you jerk.
well, okay. Let me put it this way: the military, anybody that's ever seen Full Metal Jacket,
Yeah, that's why I didn't join.
okay. But if you see Full Metal Jacket, name your weapon a guy name if you want to. You're gonna be the guy that's getting in the bunk and getting soaked with the sock and everything. You're gonna get messed up. Go ahead and name it a guy name and see what happens. But anyway,
Be like guys sucking their thumb in the military.
oh boy, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It'll be like somebody getting married on Halloween, too.
Oh God, this is crazy stuff.
They both equal failures.
Oh boy.
Oh, man. Danger, Will Robinson. You might want to pull the show back. But, yeah.
Well,
Uh,
let's get off of
let's get it.
multiplayer.
Yeah. That's right. I did play.
Yes, you did play the extension.
The Extinction?
Yes.
Or Extinction? Or Extinction? Extinction?
You look. I have a problem.
Bugs?
I have a problem pronouncing things.
Okay. I didn't get to play much of it. I got to play a little bit of it. Basically, I want to say that, like the first part, I dropped in on a helicopter. There were like 5 hives right in the beginning. There was a motel. There were 2 turrets at the top of it. It was quite easy. I would say like the first way you drop a drill in, you got to protect the drill. Knife is pretty effective against the little bug alien guys, and then they progressively get a little bit tougher. You start off with a pistol, you have perks and all that stuff. I didn't really get any time because I literally played this right before I had to lend, the copy that was lent to me. I had to go back. I basically, uh, you start off with a pistol, and I know that you can level stuff up and make it better and better and better. So I wasn't able to really pay much attention to all that stuff. I know there's like leaked information on it, so like Charlie Intel, I'm sure has it. So check out Charlie Intel for some of that information. Um, the pistols are pretty effective. I did because I knew you started off with a pistol, and I was like, oh man, that's retarded. I mean, I don't get it, but there's the Vepr is around the back of the building. There's a gun at the very top. I can't remember what it was. No, I think the Vepr might have been at the top, and there's like some other gun behind the motel or something like that. But you basically it's kind of like I would say in a sense like zombies. The little glowing guns you see, you basically walk up to them and you can buy them, purchase them, buy them, and then you use them. Plus you have your pistol. Depending on I want to say depending on like what you choose, you can drop ammo. And you and your teammates can actually, if I buy ammo and drop it on the ground, I can refill my ammo. You can refill your ammo. Joe Blow can refill his ammo. Same thing, if you drop an ammo pack, I can also go refill my bullets from it. Um,
There is 4 different characters you can play, right?
yeah, well, there's 4 people that can play it at once. You can play it with one person, 2 people, whatever. I made it all the way to basically, I'm gonna call them spitters. Is the best way. They fling
It's like
stuff
a
out of the tail.
scorpion.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
pretty
like a
much.
scorpion whipping its tail
It's
forward.
acid, and don't stand in that crap because it kills you quick as all get out. And basically, I don't know. Once you destroy these hives, is what they call them. You get to one section where there's like a big tentacle, a hive thing that's across the road. Your helicopter has to come and shoot it. You have to protect your helicopter, and basically they fling acid at you. Plus, they're trying to take down the plane, so you have to try and hold them off. You can throw down like your chain gun, but you have to stand behind it. It's on a tripod. You stand behind it. And you have to shoot it. It's not like an auto turret or anything like that. You can buy different. There's different like little things that you can do. Like I had the IMS,
Yeah.
the turret, and I can't remember what the other one was. Then I had the ammo. Basically, I spent more money on the ammo because I didn't know what I was doing, and I mean, I kept running out of bullets really quick because I was too busy looking around the freaking map, like running around. I wasn't paying attention, and I turn around and I have like 5 bug alien guys behind me because they're called alien bugs, is how they were described by Infinity War.
Mm.
But they would basically be behind me, and I turn around, and and I start shooting, hip firing. Hip firing is not very effective against them. Um, so I was burning through bullets. You don't get a lot of bullets out of the guns you pick up off the ground, like you buy, and they're quite
Mm.
expensive. So, and the money, I want to say I was getting like 30 to $60 per alien I was killing of the
Oh wow.
regular aliens. You get quite a bit for destroying the hive. I want to say the first hive I got like 600. I want to say if you pick up the drill and you carry the drill and you're the one that plants the drill, because that's what I did for the first one. I want to see you get more money that way. I wasn't paying attention to see if it was distributed amongst the team. I don't think so. I think your money is your money, and that's how it works. But the object is for you to spend your money to help out your team and try and keep everyone alive.
Hmm.
And as soon as the helicopter took out the tentacle up top, I literally died. And it was only me and one other person. And he died trying to save me. It was tragic. I'm
Man,
scarred.
y'all could have beat that one.
I know we could already be. No, we couldn't have beat it. I was too busy to scream like a little girl. I was like, "Oh, look over here, man! This is so cool. Look, this is nice." I was like Medea. I was too busy running around. This poor guy, he was shooting and killing everything. I'm running around. I'll carry this big drill. We had 3 people in there, and then one left once we were in, and it
Uh,
never auto put anybody in. So I'm
oh wow.
guessing if you got four in, one leaves, it won't put another person in there because you're already playing. So,
That's like in zombies.
well, I'm thinking it's the same way on this, which is
Yeah.
okay. I guess your friends could join in. I
I don't
mean,
know. One way to
I
find out.
couldn't tell, man, because none of my friends had the game yet. So, but yeah, that's a little bit of Call of Duty Ghosts. That's a little bit of early info that I could give you. Of course, when I had it, I was like, I was just texting you like a little.
Yeah, man. Man, phone was blowing up.
Yeah. Then I was sitting there trying to hold the camera with my teeth and play at the same time.
Just so I could see what it looks
Yeah, I
like.
was sitting here with a camera.
Uh,
I'm
which
basically live streaming it to you.
which I pretty much appreciated that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Well, at least you get to
Yeah.
see it a little bit early and see some of the stuff they didn't show
Yeah.
off. So
Well,
I showed you a
I'm
little bit of the extinction.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that was a payback for what I told you. Uh, remember how I told you you got to play the game early?
Yeah.
Because I told you the GameStop I go to pick up mine is gonna have the tents and trailers out there, and I could play the game
Yeah.
before I even pick up my copy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess that was a payback.
Yeah.
So kudos to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to think a buddy of mine named Frank. So appreciate it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been possible. But my GameStop, they're gonna say, "Hey, how y'all doing? Line up in a line. Line up by your number and enjoy the cold weather."
Yeah,
My GameStop blows. I mean, blows.
they was talking about serving
Yeah,
donuts and
donuts. You told
drinks and
donuts and drink.
drinks
That's
and
how he said it to everybody. He said donuts, like donut. Like okay, all right.
I'm
I'll
getting
go buy my
donuts.
own donut then. My GameStop won't give me a donut.
I get mine for free.
Yeah, I have to buy mine. My GameStop gives us nothing. Last year for Black Ops 2, they gave away one T-shirt, and there were like 150 people standing outside, and they were like, "Name this," and then like everybody started, and everybody starts yelling for one T-shirt, and I'm like, I already had one because like there's a Walmart right next to my GameStop, so I walked in there and they had like these crazy deals going on Black Ops stuff. So like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm really in the mood, man. Call of Duty Black Ops. Back then I thought this was gonna be the greatest game ever. But anyways, so I bought a shirt and I'm like, I'm gonna get in the spirit. So I bought a shirt, and the same shirt I'm wearing is the same shirt that GameStop had. The only it's pretty much the same shirt.
You know what they did, right?
What? They
They
went
went
they went to
next door.
Walmart and bought
They
them.
went next door and got it.
Yeah, they wouldn't. The thing they gave out wasn't even the GameStop version. You know how like they always have real nice games, like Battlefield 4, and it's all big and it's bold and it's nice, and you're like, man, where'd you get that shirt?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, corporate sent it to us. I can't buy that shirt. No, they don't. Unfortunately, but you can buy this Battlefield shirt. And that thing looks terrible. I want that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
all
told
had
them you
like
got
these
'em.
real fancy. Like this one guy that was working at mine had like it was stitched, had the Black Ops logo on it and stuff. It was like a golf tee. I'm like, man, they gave us some crummy Walmart shirt that you could have bought for $5 that night, literally. So, but mine never does nothing. They don't have no tent. They don't have any early play. They don't have anything. They just say, hey, come line up, stand in the cold. All right, everybody, we need you to get in the line. And this is the one thing I hate about my GameStop. All right, you have 200, 300, 400 people. Do you really expect 400 people to listen to you? And do you really expect 400 people to coordinate all together and stand in a perfect line? It never works. They do
No,
this
nobody's
number system, and they want us to line up by our number, and nobody wants to do that. They're like, well, I have been standing here for an hour at the front. I don't care. You're 35. Okay? I'm number 2. Get the heck out of my way. Just go. They're like, no. And the GameStop has to come out there and be like,
You're a 46 now.
no, you know what they did to us? No, you know what they did to us last year? They're like, if you don't line up by number, you're gonna make everybody have to wait to get their game. I was like, no. I'm number 2. I'm getting my game, and I'm getting the heck out of here.
Yeah.
I said, and when people weren't lined up, I was like, I don't care, man. You better open this door. I want my game, or there's like 200 people that also want their game, and there's only 4 GameStop employees. I'm just saying.
Oh wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow, that's 50 per employee.
That's what I'm saying. They better brush up on their zombies and play some Mike Tyson Punch Out because boy. And them people were getting angry last year. That's
See,
whew.
well, this is gonna be my first time actually sitting and waiting for a game.
Good luck.
So, I mean, it feels great.
I'm
I'm
in
looking forward
the
to it.
senior citizens club and I'm trying to feel young again.
I've been in the military for so
You
long.
blame Uncle Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Blame
blame him. Yeah, I'm gonna blame him. I was too busy in different countries. I mean, heck, when Black Ops 2 came out, I was working that night.
Don't
I had
don't don't get in line tomorrow night and be like, for Mother Russia.
to.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know what?
Whew.
It's kind of exciting. So I'm glad I'm kind of getting the little treatment that they're giving us. Makes the experience a little bit better for me, I guess.
It'll be fun, man. You'll enjoy it. I met some really, really cool people in line, and of course, like everywhere you go, I met some pretty,
You some
people.
douchebags.
You just want to stick your socks in their mouth and be like, man, just shut up. Okay, just shut up.
Yeah, I can't stand the people that come up and be like, well, this and this and this and this, and I'm like, dude, I am a gamer like you.
Yeah.
What are you telling me? That's like I was at my GameStop and I made the GameStop
Did,
lady.
yeah, I remember you telling me this. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you go, and then I'm gonna tell you.
Walked into GameStop. I was like, well, I want to go ahead and make sure my pre-order's straight for a Ghost. So I went and paid the rest of the money that I had left on it. And she was like, would you like to go ahead and put some money down on another game? And she brought up Watch Dogs. I said, I looked at her, I said, Watch Dogs has been delayed till like June, July. She was like, no, it comes out sooner than that. I said, I'm telling you, I podcast for gamers. This is what I do. I look up info. We stay on top of that type of stuff. And she was like, no, let me print it out real quick and see. She walks back over there and she has this sad face. Yeah, it comes out in July. I was like, see, I told you, don't try to play me. It was just the funniest thing. I just made it look like total crap.
She she wanted that pre-order bonus. They get like some deal if they get so many pre-orders. I don't pre-order
No,
crap.
uh,
Okay, I can't say that. I only pre-order what I want, and then they always trying to sell you something. And the thing, all right, look, I don't mind you asking me once,
yeah.
but I'm telling you, man, I've been in GameStop and they'll be like, "Are you sure? You sure, man? It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game." Dude, I told you once, no. Now you just pissing me off to where I'm gonna carry my ass over to Walmart.
I'm gonna go to Best
Ask me
Buy.
again. Ask me. I want to be like Martin Lawrence. Ask me again. Say it one more time. I think
What?
next time that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fuck with the GameStop people. I'm gonna be like, one more time. Say it one more time, and I will go over to Walmart. Don't make me go to Best Buy. Don't make me go to Amazon.
I mean, some of them people, I don't even know why they work in there.
I've got some really good people that like if I go in there and I ask them about games or whatever, they'll be real honest with me. And then I've got those one or two that don't care. And the thing that doesn't make sense is like my GameStop for a while had people in there that knew nothing about gaming. Why? And anyways, that's for another night, man. This was just a
Yeah.
Call of Duty thing. We're getting way far out of everywhere, left and right. So I hope you enjoyed it. Those are the guns that I've used that have worked. As of now, it was real laggy. The maps, absolutely terrible. That's my opinion. You make your own. You're gonna be playing it here very soon.
Yes,
I
yes.
have to say, I'm calling it now. I'm going on a limb. There's gonna be a lot of Call of Duty players that are very disappointed. I'm stating it. I'm saying it. I'm putting a stamp on it. I'm disappointed in it. I think that this is a completely big pile of junk. I just
Hopefully, it's better for next
I'm
gen though.
I'm hoping. Well, yeah, I think they put a lot of emphasis and focus on that, but I'm hoping that the DLC maps kind of bring it back to the old school like Call of Duty.
It
It's just
better.
it's the maps are just too retarded right now. I mean, if the dynamic maps are throwing you off that much, just forget about them. Just go back to what you did that worked.
Yeah.
Obviously, people keep buying it. Obviously, people liked it the way it was. And my motto is if it's not broke, don't fix it. People always say it's Call of Duty, it doesn't change. Go play
Right.
Battlefield if you want change. Killzone's coming out. Titanfall's coming out. There's a lot of different games. Go play that. I mean, that's all I'm saying. There's no point in a game having to evolve to having some of the most utterly ridiculous, like Search and Rescue. If people are gonna play it right, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
But it's also gonna be very standoff and slow. It's gonna be a lot slower than regular Search and Destroy because a lot of people like when I did get in lobbies that people were playing, a lot of people just sat there and camped and were waiting and would move 2 feet and wait and move
Yeah,
2 feet.
they'll shoot you, move
Yeah, they'll
out,
shoot you
grab it,
halfway
and like,
across. Well, no, sometimes they'll shoot you halfway across the map, and they're too afraid to run up there. So then your teammate comes creeping in, shoots that guy, and then gets your tag back. You spawn back in, then his teammate shoot. There was a couple of men. It was just like so freaking boring because it took forever. I mean, I was usually the first one dead too because after the first time I played it, I played it with a bunch of boosters. Second time I played it was already boosters in it. Third time I played it, I was like, man, this takes too long. I'm just gonna rush over and spawn, and it worked for the first round. But then after that, it didn't work anymore. So then I was like, all right, I'll pull that AR, and then that was like that didn't work for me either because even with AR, I'm one of those players that likes to push up.
yeah.
And next thing I know, there's no one around me. My complete team is still in the spawn area, and I'm like, pooh. They shoot me, they pick my tag up, and I'm watching. It's just boring. I'm telling you, boring. Blitz fun if the teams are right. Cranked very fun. I do like Cranked. I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
the only thing they did right. Cranked was very fun, very fast, very quick. I've told you the guns I've liked. I've been Evil Ace King.
This is your boy Evil Crash.
Everyone have fun playing Call of Duty Ghosts. I've gave my opinion. I just think a lot of people are going to be disappointed. It's still a fun game. Don't get me wrong. It's just not as good as
What it was hyped up to be.
what it was hyped up to be. It's kind of a letdown. That's the end. That's pretty much my closing thought on that. But everyone have fun. Maybe we'll stumble on you online. Peace out. See you on the next episode.